So hi engineering Janta, I am Vaibhav Shukla and I welcome you all to another session. And for all of you, as I told you yesterday in my Python class, that today we might not have our Python class because we are actually preparing for something very big. The whole team was burning the night lamp just to make all of this, just to orchestrate this operation placement. And before I go ahead, tell me whether I am visible and I am audible to you all. Just type a yes in the live chat section if I am visible and audible. Good evening, Bhimesh. Good evening. So, am I visible and audible, Bhimesh? Great, great. Hi, Ramya. Hi. So, before I begin, I would like to call my spearheading shark because I want him to introduce this op placement to you. So, Atulya, please come forward and go ahead with this.
Thank you so much, guys. And obviously, Vaibhav will explain you a lot about this program, and I just want to give you a brief 2 to 3 minutes of explanation. This is very close to our heart. We've launched Operation Placement, and as you can see from the name, this will make sure that rather than for you to get a 5 to 6 LPA package, we will do anything and everything in our power to get you a 20 LPA package, right? We are looking for only and only 100 commandos. When I say commandos, this is going to be a commando-like training. There would be 80 to 90 hours of live preparation. We would want all of you to join those live classes. Why? And maybe if you miss 1 or 2, that is fine, no problem. You can always watch the recording sessions later. But apart from those live classes, we'll be giving you access of 200 plus hours of learning content, self-paced. We will give you the access of PrepInsta Prime. We will give you a letter of recommendation. We will give you internship certification. We'll give you projects to do. We will teach you aptitude. We will teach you coding. We'll teach you DSA. So practically this operation placement, everything that is in our power, we will do for you to get placed, not just get placed at a very, very high package. Obviously, Vaibhav will tell you more about it, but practically our intent here is to get 100 commandos. And since I said we are going to give all of our efforts, we want people who are very serious about their placement preparation. So even if it's DSA, even if it's competitive coding, even if it's aptitude, logical, verbal, company specific preparation, learning DBMS, OS, computer networks, creating projects, everything, even your resume preparation, 1-to-1 session. So the link to register is obviously in the description of the video, so you can find all of that. If not, then I'm sure all of these people would be connected on our WhatsApp group and Instagram. So we'll be marketing there as well. So please find out links, and I'm leaving this to my very, very dear friend Vaibhav, who will explain you more about the program in detail. And that's about it. Am I missing? Yeah, one last thing. There would be 1 year of placement assistance. So whatever job postings are there out in the market off campus, a few ones that we get, a few companies that are partnered with us, we'll be sharing with that to you also. Even if it's a 2.5 months program, the placement assistance, the counseling, the mentorship will go on through the next 1 year. So I hope this is enough. I want to leave a few things for you so that you can explain that in a deeper way.
Definitely, I would go ahead on that. But one more thing to add to what Atulya said.
One last thing. One person is saying, I have PrepInsta Prime subscription. How can I join the program? So you text us on our Instagram or on WhatsApp or call us. Our team will get connected with you, and then probably we can see that how we can enroll you in this program, but not pay the full amount. Obviously, some discount we'll give to our Prime subscribers.
Look, to all those Prime subscribers, you'll have a few things at your end, fine. And thank you so much, Atulya, for coming and for addressing people. But let me be very, very honest with you here. In this program, why did we name it Operation Placement? The very reason of naming this program as Op Placement was, yes. Go ahead.
Our sales head just came and he told that for even though we are looking for only 100 people,
fine,
but for the first 50 registrations, we are going to give 20% off.
Okay.
So I hope that first 50 comes in the next 2 hours only, but let's see.
Also, if somebody is there and somebody wants extra discount, I would say one thing, Atulya, as a here, I would want that if somebody texts me on my Instagram and they solve a challenge that I pose, I would want that you exceed this amount somewhere, this 20%
we'll see,
to something.
We'll see.
So, great. So, first 50 people, if you come, and if you directly text me on Instagram, you have to follow me here and you have to text me. So, if you do that, even beyond 20% you might reach, given that you solve the challenge that I give you. I believe in meritocracy, as simple as that. I want meritorious people to come forward, and that's why to all those people who are deserving, they must get help from my side. Fine. Now, going beyond this, as simple as that, look, this whole operation was orchestrated, was named that this would be called Operation Placement, because we wanted people who are dedicated for it. We wanted people who can actually go ahead and deep dive and fast-paced, in a fast-paced manner, they can actually cover things. Fine. But we all know that without structure, without a proper strategy, proper formulation, no operation can be successful, correct? So we all formulated this since approximately 11 days. We are sitting daily 10, 10:30, 11, 12. We're not seeing the clock ticking, and we are trying our level best to go ahead with this operation placement. So let's dive in deep into the op placement highlights. I'll give you the highlights. I'll explain to you everything in detail, and I'll tell you why and how it can actually impact your placement journey. Fine. So first of all, 80 plus hours of live classes. So no sitting on the desk and getting bored. Directly somebody would be teaching you in a live class. Fine. So you join that live class, you'll be actually having a teacher teaching you live in a class, solving your doubts live. Fine. You'll have access to 200 plus hours of self-paced lectures as well, because look, some people need extra effort. Some people want that apart from their regular lectures, they need to put in the extra amount of hard work so that they can stand out from the crowd. For that, you will also have 200 plus hours of self-paced lectures. You will have PYQs, 1500 plus live question solving, and this would happen live. This is not like I'll give you a list and you have to solve, not like that. You will be solving approximately this much questions in the whole program of it. Fine. You will have resume building using generative AI. You will have mentorship by industry experts. You will receive certifications which are approved by AICTE NEET 4.0, and the whole duration of this cohort would be 2 to 3 months. So roughly, anybody who's preparing for the placements, if you're in final year or you've just completed the final year, the best time in the whole year for hirings is generally from June to November, correct? In this bracket, generally in this bracket, the best of the possible opportunities arrive, and then it suddenly stops when November end comes. Fine. So for this whole hiring process, you need to be well aware, you need to actually prepare well. The advent of opportunities starts from June, and the peak that reaches is somewhere around August, September to November. Fine. And this is a reality. I'm not making this up. Everybody who is in their final year, they've seen their seniors. If you're a fresher who's passed out recently, you know the reality. Fine. I'll come to everything. I'll come to the fee. I'll come to what you can do if you have Prime subscription. Fine. You can join the classes. I'll tell you. Fine. So, to all those people who are coming here, you'll have 2 to 3 months of cohort, and along with that, you'll build some capstone projects. You'll have mock tests. You'll have letter of recommendation from us, and you'll have cohort based learning where only 100 seats are there. As I told you, as Atulya told you, we need 100 committed people. I always say this. You've seen me saying this enough times that, for example, my CST team, the people who manage my life, the people who moderate my life, they are such good guys. If you give them a task, if you give me that team and you tell me that you have to go ahead and climb a cliff which has never been climbed up, I'll go ahead and do that. I have that confidence in my team. Why do I have that? Because I know they have that right mindset. Those guys have that commando kind of mindset. Yes, kar lenge bhai. That kind of thing. Fine. So that commitment is needed here, that whatever you're giving us, we'll put in our 200%. We'll not give up. Fine. We'll have that rigorous routine. We'll have that discipline. Discipline is not about waking up at 5 AM in the morning. It's not discipline. Discipline is about, if a task is given to you, at the end of the day, I'll ask only 2 answers to you. Whether you tried your level best. Second, did you accomplish the task? If you did, you're disciplined. As simple as that. If you tried 100%, you're disciplined. It doesn't matter. It's about, I decided it and I finished it. As simple as that. Fine. So that's what I want from you people. And in this LOR, this plays a big role. a big role. I'll tell you why. When I was in my college, I grabbed it using a very prestigious institution. Fine. I got it from the National Laboratory. But that whole letter of recommendation changed my placement journey, because when I appeared for a product-based company, in the final hiring manager round, this was something that played a very crucial part. That hiring manager simply asked, you got this from a principal scientist, and why aren't you trying for any scientific research? Fine, you've got a letter of recommendation, and in that letter of recommendation it was clearly written that I'm being recommended for a position of research, as well as I'm great at doing projects, my application skills are great. So that letter of recommendation built such a rapport in my interview that I went through that. I was through that interview and I joined that company, fine, on a very good decent package. So that's why I'm telling you, this plays a big role. This plays a big role. What new I'll be learning in this cohort? Okay, I'll come to that. I'll go ahead and I'll explain everything. Wait for a while. So this would be the timing for your live classes. So Saturday, Sunday and Wednesday, these 3 days would be the regular class that you will get. So on Saturday, you will have 2 sessions, 2 to 4 p.m. afternoon session, and then an evening session of 6 to 9 p.m. And both of these sessions will have different subjects. Then on Sunday, again 2 to 4 p.m., 6 to 9 p.m. afternoon evening sessions, and then on Wednesday 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. you will have your doubt solving session. Fine. With this class schedule, this is what you learn new. I just got a doubt what new you learn. I always say this, 80% people get rejected in the Apti round. Fine. I have seen the finest of the coders not getting a placement because of this gatekeeper, Aptitude. Fine. And anybody who has appeared for the placements, who has gone for this ahead, he or she knows that Aptitude is super important. Without it, you cannot crack any placement round. Fine. Now, here in module 1, you will have aptitude, reasoning and verbal. Fine. So you will have quantitative aptitude covered end to end in the live classes, number systems, percentages, profit loss, averages, permutations, combinations, probability, statistics. You will have logical reasoning covered in detail. Fine. Coding, decoding, syllogism, series, pattern completion, critical thinking, input, output and analytical reasoning. Along with that, you will have proper verbal ability module where you will be covering everything based on the grammatical skills that you require, and along with that you will have synonyms, antonyms, parajumbles, vocabulary building strategies. Alongside that you would be having data interpretation and visual reasoning as well, because a lot of companies are asking game based aptitudes based on this particular format. Fine. They are asking DI, they are asking visual reasoning. So this would be covered end to end, and initially in the module 1 itself your 50% game would be super top notch. You would be much ahead of other competitors. The reason is you've completed the gatekeeper. You will be thorough with what actually to expect in the first round. When you move ahead, the second thing would be the foundation of programming, the OOPS, basically object oriented programming. Fine. So from very basics of programming, input, output, variables, data types, from very basic of that, you'll go ahead learning object-oriented programming. You'll learn classes, you'll learn objects, constructors, inheritance, polymorphism, all the concepts that are in object-oriented programming, for example, encapsulation, abstraction. So all these things. Along with that, here itself, we'll cover a major block of SDLC or the software engineering. Fine. So you'll have waterfall model, agile model, version control. So all of the people who are in their final year, they've studied this portion. They know it is asked in the placement. A lot of people ask agile methodologies. It is usually the favorite question of the hiring manager. Fine, because what happens is when you're in the final year, fine, at that point of time to check your sincerity, it is a good parameter. Fine, whether you were sincere in your final year or not. Now, if I go ahead in module 3, you'll deep dive into data structures and algorithms. You know actually what to solve. I have told that enough times, but sometimes you need somebody to be live to solve your doubts, to tell you approach step by step. And in DSA, it's not important where to start, it is more important where to stop. People try and do a lot of problems which are not relevant for their placement. Fine. So all the problems which are relevant here, all the problems which have appeared in the previous year, all the problems, all the patterns that have repeated themselves again and again in various placement tests, that would be covered alongside these topics. For example, arrays and strings would be covered, linked list, stacks, queues, trees, graphs, recursion and backtracking, searching, sorting, hashing, everything in detail. You'll have proper BFS, DFS traversals. You'll also have dynamic programming. Fine. You'll have dynamic programming being taught here. Fine. You'll have greedy approaches. You'll have n queens problem. You'll have rat in a maze problem. A lot of problems which are essential for the placement journey. Then you'll have core concepts module. Fine. Here, DBMS, OS, CN, where you need to understand about SQL, where you need to understand about data manipulation language, data definition language, where you need to understand about joins. Everything would be covered in detail. You would be covering operating systems, you will be covering computer networks, everything in detail alongside what is needed in the placements, what is needed, what is actually asked in the placements. Everything would be covered here. If I go ahead, module 5 would be around HR interview, that if you reach here, it would be very easy for you. And for all people who will move to module 6 would know how to actually build a resume that is ATS friendly, so that even if you apply to off-campus opportunities, your resume is ready for that. We'll try and tell you that how to optimize your LinkedIn, how to craft a headline, how to optimize your profile, how to actually put out your projects and certifications, how to build connections, how to go ahead and explore the job alerts, and how to contact recruiters. Everything would be told in module 6. Once you're done with that, most important thing, you'll get a certification. Fine, you'll get a proper program certification from our side, and this certificate would weigh you a huge value in market, because alongside that you have a certification, the most important part is you'll be learning live, you'll be interacting live, you'll be sitting in a classroom, and you'll not even know, in no time it would be completed, and within 2.5 and 3 months you'll realize that without putting much of the extra hassle and hard work, you are placement ready if you're studying from this particular operation placement. Fine. Now, the extra free resources that you will get is, you will get access to 200 plus skilling courses, which is the PrepInsta Prime. You will get access to it, but this time if you are enrolling into it, it is free of cost. If you are somebody who is in op placement, it is free of cost, as simple as that. Fine. And if I go ahead, this is the pricing. So most importantly, this is the upfront pricing that you have, but as Atulya told you, 50% individuals do not actually even try their level best to reach their highest potential. Fine. The rest 50% who try to reach the best of the potential, those 50% fall in the terms of consistency, and only it is 10 to 20% who are serious. Fine. So I want all of you to be in this 10 to 20%, so that you can be in the top 1% in your competition and you can clear this out. Now, to all those people who want to enroll into it, being very, very blunt, as our founder told you, initial 50 students would get 20% off. Fine. And so you have to register ASAP. How will you register? You have links in the description. You can DM me on Instagram, @Shuklaji Speaks is my handle. You can go ahead, you can contact us on WhatsApp groups, on Telegram. You can go ahead and message to Instagram of our PrepInsta. You can go ahead, you can contact us on various phone calls. So everything is there. See, the number is also flashing here, and you can go anywhere, ping us and we'll reach out to you. But Swati is saying give 50% offer. Look, I would have easily given that. I would have easily given that had it been that feasible. You know what? To make it affordable in this cost, we have burnt night oils. We have burnt lamps day in and day out. I'm not kidding. People have not slept in my office. The people who are moderating this live specifically, those people have not slept since 3 days. Fine. The reason was they were regularly busy preparing all this. They were figuring out. Our product team was regularly sitting, and I sat with them. So I know that I was there in those discussions. To make it possible into this particular cost was absolutely not feasible operationally for us. Fine. We tried our level best. I made sure I'll stretch more. Our teams made sure we'll stretch more, and we'll go ahead and make this possible for our students. Even on that, our founder has said somehow that they'll go ahead. Our sales manager has said somehow that for first 50 students, they'll go ahead and give 20% off. That's actually unimaginable how we'll do it on the operations and product side, but now as it is promised, so it is promised. So top 50 or the first 50 students, you will get this, fine, you will get 20% off. So go ahead, use that out, use that opportunity, because it is essential on your part. Fine, it is very, very essential on your part that you start preparing now. It's high time. If you're not preparing right now, you're not serious about your career. Let's be blunt. I'll be as open as I can. मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूंगा यहाँ खड़ा होके. Simple सी बात है. What about the Python for 7 days? It would go on. It would go on. Don't worry. It is not going anywhere. From Monday it would again begin. It's going on. Don't worry, Swati. But apart from that, it's not just Python that would get you the placement, as simple as that. You can actually cover Python for placements. You started live right from day one. Yes, I've started it. I'll complete it. By the end of next week, I will complete it. I assure you that. Fine, 3 classes have happened. 4 classes are left, if I'm not wrong. Fine. So 4 classes are left. By the next week, they would be completed. They would be absolutely completed. Fine. But on that note, I would say one thing. Python alone can't give you placement. You need aptitude. You need DSA. You need some skills. You need projects. You need to practice the previous year questions of various company specific modules. You need to have that idea that which company asks question in which flavor. Fine. So you need to have that hang. You need to have that hang. As simple as that. So for that, this operation placement is there to register into it, because as we told you, we need only 100 dedicated people, not more than that. So seats would be filling up fast. Anybody who wants to enroll into this, you have to reach out to us. Either you reach out to me in my DM, you reach out to our team in the Instagram DMs, you call them on the number that is flashing in the chat. Fine. You call them on the number 844-844-0710. That's the number. You can call there. You can go ahead, you can write emails to us at support@prepinsta.com. Wherever you want, you go ahead, contact us, we'll provide you. Fine, we'll help you out. Along with that, you have proper links in the description box as well. You'll have the link to register in the description box as well. So you can go ahead there as well. So the whole point is, you'll also be receiving placement assistance here, which would go on for a year. After the 2.5 months of training, you'll still have that facility to go ahead and get informed about the placements that are coming your way. You'll have that assistance from our team. We'll be informing you about all those hirings that are floating in the market. Fine. So all that would happen from our end. We are going ahead. We are actually trying and gathering all the people who are working in the key domains. We'll try connecting you with industry experts. We'll actually give you an overview of every skill that is relevant in the industry right now. You will have access to 200 plus courses, which is free of cost, and add on with this. To all those people who are already Prime subscribers, we have great discounts for you. You will have a lot more leverage than the people who are actually registering here. So you can simply come here. Rudra is asking, sir, this course is data engineering. No, this is a placement course. It clearly says operation placement. Fine. So to all those people who want to come here, we welcome you with the open arms. But remember one thing, we people at PrepInsta are hard taskmasters. We don't mince our words. We don't give you leeway to be on bunks. We don't give you the facility that you can go ahead and you can chill. No, this operation placement would be a very, very dedicated, a very, very strategically crafted program. And here you have to be super committed if you're coming here. As simple as that. I'm asking to all those people who are not serious, if you fall into this bracket of 50%, please don't join. As simple as that. If you're non-serious about career, please don't join. If you want to chill out for next 1-2 years and you don't want to do job, please don't come. But if you're somebody who is in the need of job, if you're somebody who is serious about his career, if you're somebody who wants to build a life for his own will, who has the sheer will to go ahead and appear for this program, who has the sheer will to succeed in life in a specific career domain, and if you want that, you can come here. I would want people who are absolutely hardcore committed for this journey, this placement. Sir, as being subscriber, what will be the fees? You will have a separate fees. I'm not disclosing that because you are special people to us. Anybody who's our Prime subscriber is definitely a special subscriber, a special person for us, because you are not just our subscriber, you are my students, fine, you're my family. I actually thrive on the motivation that you people instill in me. Your success stories tell me. For example, Shrina is there and she has recently been selected in Cognizant. We had posted her success story. She DM'd me. It was the DM that came in my chat box, fine. So she DM'd me that, sir, I got selected in Cognizant and thank you for all that you guys provided. That's what we thrive upon, fine. We are looking for those messages. I'm not kidding. I want these 100 people to fill up my DM. I want these 100 people to come in my DM and tell me that, sir, we have been placed at a very good package in a very good company and thank you. Thank you for being with me in those 2.5, 3 months. Thank you for preparing us so well. I need that because that's what I thrive upon. That's what drives me as a teacher, fine. So you will have a separate fees. Tanvi, what you can do is you call us, we'll discuss that, fine. Not everything that is discussed in family goes out, as simple as that. So for our family members, we'll have something different, fine. All the Prime subscribers, you are my family, so you come here and you'll have a special conversation, fine. So as simple as that. If you're somebody who's interested in this, come here and we are waiting for you to polish you in a manner that you get best of the placements from this season. And that's pretty much about it. Shoot up with your doubts if you have any. Otherwise, I'll wrap this up. Vinayak, yes, but let me tell you, this is not a placement guarantee. It is not a placement guarantee. I'm telling you clearly. It is a placement assistance. Dekho, anybody who tells you that I'll make sure that your job is there is not telling the honest truth to you. How would it happen? Every placement, every job involves an element of hard work as well as an element of luck. Fine. And to all those people, I would be always very, very blunt on this, that we will give you placement assistance, fine. And why this helps, I'll tell you. Because I don't want to sell you fake hopes and dreams. I want to actually help you out, fine. And this placement assistance would make sure that you are aware of every opportunity. You can connect to us and you can get your resumes sorted, fine. You're also having a facility of mock interviews in this, fine. We'll talk about it if you call to us. But along with that, placement assistance is something that would always keep you in the loop of what is happening in the market. You'll be aware of it. If you're aware of it, you can grab the right opportunity for yourself, fine. So that's how it happens. The whole team would sit dedicatedly to shortlist what's going on in the market, what hirings are there, what hirings are floating, and then they'll go forward towards you, fine. What else? Any doubts, or should I wrap this up? So I see no such doubts. I see no such doubts. Fine. Fine. So let's go ahead and let's wrap this up. Now, one thing, as I always say, if you know somebody who needs this information, go ahead, tell them out. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe it. And above everything and anything that we discussed, keep doing good in the society, keep doing good to the people you meet. Good will come your way from the universe's side, fine. It would come to your way in the multiplied forms. Don't worry about it. Fine, and this is tried and tested. So have a wonderful day ahead. Sravya, sir, now starting, will it be late? No, it's not late. That's why we are here with this program, so that you do not get late in your journey. Fine, Sravya. That's the whole point that we are trying to do. That's the whole point that we are trying to work upon. As simple as that. Fine. So that's pretty much for today. I'll meet you in the another session. Have a wonderful day ahead, and don't forget to register here. You have just 100 seats. Avail your particular discounts so that at least you can be ahead in the placement journey from your competitors. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.